Okay, all right. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for allowing me to be here, Creator. And also, you brethren, thank you for joining me. Elisha, brother. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining me. I want to give thanks to the Heavenly Father, to the Creator for this opportunity to try to be a light while I am in this reality. Thank you for Creator for this opportunity to redeem the time, to try to be a minister, try to serve, try to be a servant to my brethren, my like-minded brethren, scattered throughout the world today, who can receive the current reality, can receive the current witness that you have given us, the current witness that we see in the OAHSPE Practical Guidebook, which basically it delivers us from the beast kingdom. It delivers us from captivity. It lets us know who we are. It lets us know what it's all about, what the past, what the present, what the future is all about. We see by your latest revelation the time that we are living in. You're raising up brides and bridegrooms. You're really raising up future gods and goddesses to rule over your many creations. That's what it's all about. We see that it's a bittersweet ordeal that we are involved in, Creator, where there's so few brethren who really care enough to just take a little bit of time out of this reality. Just take a little bit of time out of this reality to try to sow to the spirit, to try to elevate in our spirit so that it might go well with us when our time is over in this reality, when we cross over into where you say the real life begins. So I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier, Creator, EOE, Jehovah, for this opportunity to try to say something, to try to say anything that it could cause a brother or sister to turn a corner into a new, to help a brother or sister to ascend in their overstanding and to and then go on and help somebody else to do the same thing, because really that's what it's all about. So thank you, Creator. I pray that you use me and just give me things to share with my brethren. I'm going to do my best, and Creator, I just hope that you will use my video to glorify yourself. So anyway, thank you, brethren, joining me. Welcome to my channel, where I just try to be a servant. I try to be a servant to a very, very special group of brethren called faithists, brethren who are able to really able, elected, anointed for a very special work, very, very special work. And I say that the biggest affliction for me as a faithist in this reality is the lack of the apathy that's in the world today. It's just amazing to me. I don't think I'll ever get over it. And I hope I never lose that vibration of the what's a good word for amazement, that everyone acknowledges the Creator. Everybody does. But then when it comes right down to it, people choose the earth over the spiritual. And I don't want to sound harsh, but man, that's for real. That is for real. Now, I wanted to draw our attention to something. Before I do that, let me do what I normally do. I want to introduce, if anyone is new to this video, this channel right here, I want to introduce you to places where you can go to have fellowship, because that's what is really, my channel. I hope that I'll connect with somebody who new to the OAHSPE, new to the newest revelation Creator has given us to, because we're in a new time right now. So if you're new to my channel, here's a place where you can go right here. If you're on Facebook, and basically what we do is just share from the newest revelation. The OAHSPE is a practical guidebook. It's a template to show us how we can walk, how we should walk, what we should know, what it's all about. Here's one room. Here's another room, brother's room. You can go on Facebook, send a friend invite, click on the link in the description area, brother bring you in, and you can have fellowship with us where we do practically the same thing in this room. Just share. See, we trying to get together. If anybody's new and you come across my video, in the description area are far more powerful brethren, where you click on their videos, you get deeper. I consider them to be far, their understanding to be far greater than mine. Most of them have been in longer than me anyway, but it depends. Maybe you like the way one guy presents the teachings of the OAHSPE, or maybe you might choose another one, a sister or somebody. It's up to you. The Creator, that's one thing that I seem to realize, is that he gives us all a talent and ability, and it's like he's trying to cater to whatever your like is, your vibration is, And so anyway, here's the other room, another room. Here's my room. You can send a friend invite to any one of us, and basically we just do the same thing, try to expose you to the OAHSPE practical guidebook. And now, what was I going to say? I wanted to draw our attention to something. If anybody could hear me, I want to draw our attention to something, because I learned a lesson over the weekend. And I want to share it, man, because it blessed my soul. Actually, I had a couple of things that I want to share while on the channel today. The reading's going to be out of sight, man. It's going to be out. I'm going to read from Radiance Anthology, something that I was burdened to share with you, brethren. And I hope that the Creator, he give me the ability to knock it out of the park, because, if we gonna be faithists, the way I look at it, I want to make it. I don't want to be like, what's a good word for? I don't want to waste time with my life, And I know you, brother, you probably the same way. I don't want to waste time, man. Not even 1 second. Creator seems to have given me, probably you too. You probably feel the same way too. A spirit where you want to get, I don't know, man. You want to, find out what it's all about and then get busy. I think that most of us, we've been around the block, the earth and what it has to offer. We were young, and the world is new and new experiences. And, even when you're younger, meeting people and just really waking up to your reality. And for me, I think I'm like a lot of brethren, just normal growing up. And I think that we get affected differently from being in our, in our life and our reality. And meaning we gravitate to different interests. And for me, I think, I was like anybody else, trying to seek my own satisfaction, in the world, maybe doing this, doing that, and concluding in myself that it's hard for me to feel just speaking for myself, just coming to the conclusion that there's something that I want to know, but I don't know exactly what it is. And just kind of, you just kind of drift along and just kind of, you get carried along and life, you working and you surviving, making a living. And there, I was type of brother. I just figured that, creator and, or well, at that time calling him God. But when you had enough, it seemed like the creator, you know, that's when it's like, it's like when you finally had enough, and then, because I think we're built to always looking for a thrill, some enjoyment, some excitement, and I'm no different. And at some point, it seemed like you hit the wall. And so you start looking for what's everlasting. I don't know. That was me. You know what I'm saying? So I, oh shoot, I wasn't even broadcasting. I don't think I was broadcasting. If anyone's in the room, can you hear me? I might have hit the mic, and I hope I didn't make the same mistake that I made a couple of weeks back. Can anybody hear me? Type 1. Is anybody in the room? Can you hear me? Type 1. Am I broadcasting? Can I be heard? Oh, me, and thanks, bro. Wow, you saved me. I looked over and seen my mic was red, meaning you're not broadcasting. And okay, thanks, brother. Actually, shoot, thanks, Omi, and good to see you, brother. I can't join you again for sip of tea because I don't have cinnamon again. I have some different type of tea, so you have to excuse me for this vid today, bro. Actually, I got to do something real quick here. Let me take care of something because there we go. There we go. Had to change it to the microphone. All right. Okay, you ran out too. That's all right. Okay, so maybe next time, Yeah, I just started drinking some different stuff for different things, different benefits that I'm learning about. But it's good to see you, bro. All right, so I found something. I'm just sharing that because I think that what I found is that the creator, it's like if you when this verse right here that I got on the screen is basically what I'm talking about. That it's staying in my mind. It's staying in my mind. Because I want to redeem the time. I don't want my life to be about nothing where I wasn't about anything. I mean, I don't want to sound harsher. I want to be about business, I guess you could say. We live in a world. I remember there were some guys, well, I remember, there was a guy, I'll say for work, I remember a guy I used to know, pretty good guy. I mean, a guy friend of mine lived over here where I live right now, and he had a beautiful car. And every day, man, you couldn't find one dust speck on that car, not even a speck of dust. He was out there day and night. It was a real pretty car, purple, looked like a Formula One racing car. And that guy was out there every single day, rain or shine, man, polishing it. I remember one time he called the police because it looked like a flea ran into his, and I'm not embellishing. That guy actually called the police for a little tiny, I mean, you couldn't even see it, but he could. A little tiny dent. I mean, it was it was like a pebble hit it. And I am for real what I'm saying here. It was like a little tiny pebble hit his car. And it caused the tiniest of dents. And he called the police. He really called police. And I just happened to be outside. I came over and said, Shane, what's wrong, man? He said, look at this. And I said, what? And he pointed to it. I said, I don't see anything. He said, look at it closer. And I still couldn't see nothing. He said, somebody hit my car. And he was really like that, And there's a lot of guys in the world like that too. They are meticulous with their vehicle, especially Friday night, time to go out. And man, there's not a speck of dust on that car at all. I mean, they go through that thing with a fine-tooth comb. Fine-tooth comb. You take that much care for your car. But the most important thing, which is you see what I'm saying? And that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. You take all that care for the material. But when it comes to the spirit, you ain't got no time for it. You ain't even got a little time for it. And that's the world. That's, and I know the creator just must shake his head. And this is, for those of you who are faithists, we know the seriousness of what it's all about. Now, I got this verse on the screen here. And it just kept coming to my mind. And I want to refer to it. So we can have something to think about. And I think it's from the Book of Judgment or Inspiration. I forget. I think it's Inspiration. Yeah, Inspiration, chapter 13. And I just really, I thought about this weekend. And the Creator blessed me with some understanding. And I'm going to share it with y'all. Especially when we do the reading. So I'm going to read it. I got it highlighted. And the Creator says that I spoke to your soul. Now, if you go back up, it's the Creator is speaking. It's the Creator speaking. So I'm within context to jump right down to that verse. And this is the Creator speaking. Or actually, it's man speaking to the Creator, asking, questioning. And then the Creator answering man down here. Now, I'm picking this out because I want to share it with anyone who is listening. And he says, and I spoke to your soul, saying, choose what you will to be the inspiration of your mind, spirit, and soul. See, oh man, it's an amazing thing because we talking about things on this channel that I know the whole world wants to know, but we don't got time. We can't find the interest. There's no interest to know these things. And it's like we as brethren, as faithists, It reminds me of that verse in the Bible where a man, he found a precious treasure, and then he bought the whole field, to make sure that he would get all of the treasure that was in that field. And that's really talking about faithfulness and how we have been able to attain to the voice of the Creator. So we buy the whole field, meaning we dedicate ourselves to learning, to getting understanding, to redeem the time. This verse here, it says, and I spoke to your soul, saying, choose what you will to be the inspiration of your mind, spirit, and soul. And then he says, behold, I, your creator, am your servant. How do you like that? Think about that. See, there's so much good things. There's so much good stuff in the OAHSPE. It's like, you can't read this book fast, man, is what I'm learning. Although I do a lot of times, because it's like eating good food, and you get started, you can't stop. So when you take your time, when you read something to bless you, and then you just stop and just really get everything you can out of it, it's like the Creator, he go into overdrive blessing you. I mean, you just really, you just, I mean, love it. You love Creator, he just blesses your spirit with the understanding he gives you. He says, I, your Creator, am your servant. I, your Creator, am your servant, to impregnate you with thoughts, ideas, and disposition. Now, I'm bringing this out because I decided I'm a testing. Man, I'm a test the Creator. I'm a testing. I'm going to stop reading so much. I'm going to slow down. And I'm going to start thinking about this stuff. I'm going to test the Creator. I think it's another stage of my development and my maturity. So that's why I'm sharing it with you, brethren. And I think the Creator know that the world, it got a tendency to read, to get understanding, but it's understanding that it don't really sink down deep into your spirit. It's more so that you could have power and authority over somebody else, or so you could run and share what you know, but it don't sink down. See, I want to get to that point where I can testify with power. Testify, not just say it, but testify. That's the path I'm on now. And I'm sharing it because I hope you, brethren, can see the value in it. Separate yourself let us separate. If, nobody wants to go with us on this journey, then why don't we just go by ourselves? Why don't we just go by ourselves then and take the Creator? Take him at his word. Test his word. Let's test it, man. He says here, he impregnates us with thoughts. It's like you choose where you want to go, what direction you want to go in. And I think that's why any of us are where we are today. Because subconsciously, or maybe even consciously, you make a decision that you wanted to be here. Now, I really believe that that's the way it is. Somehow, Creator, he said he spoke to us even before we were a zero entity, he says. He said he spoke to us even before we were a zero entity. He might even say it here somewhere. Let me see if I can find that. See, all this about how he gives you the choice. See, I don't think I'm going to find that part where he said, I spoke to you and said, make yourself, even when you were a zero entity, even before we were a blank sheet of paper, a blank slate, our minds to make ourselves. He said, even before we even came into reality, he said he spoke to us. He spoke to our soul, and we made a choice. And we came into reality, and whether we like it or not, he said we make who we are. And it's kind of hard to believe that, because you say to yourself, you mean the people who are strung out on drugs and stuff and down and out, you mean they chose that? There's just no way. But I can't find anything in the OAHSPE to refute that. The creator, and how he say we make our own self. We make ourselves. He said we have the opportunity now to make ourselves. We've had it all our life. We're doing it now. And when we go into the real life, then we will reap the benefit of the choices that we ourselves have made. And it's hard to believe, though, where he says that we make ourselves, but he says here he is the one. It's like we make a choice, and then the creator, he says, I'm your servant to impregnate you with thoughts and ideas and disposition. It's like he takes it from there. So maybe you desire to know the creator. Maybe you desire to follow the creator, to know the creator. It's just within you. It's just your desire. It's your inspiration. And then the creator said, okay, I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to make it happen. So it seems like even from birth, and then we grow up and make decisions that don't line up with where we are now. And it seems like the only way, it seems like uh, the creator, he stays, it's like we made the decision in the deepest recesses of our mind and our soul of what's really going to be important to us, and things they come along and you get distracted and you get uh you know uh misled, but ultimately we make a decision, talking about faith, is that we want to be spiritual, and he honors that. He said here, all you have to do is choose. All you have to do is choose, man. And it was just on my mind like all weekend, man. He says, all you have to do is choose. He says, you make a choice, then I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do the work, man. And I've read this a lot, and you have too. And my mind is like, man, you know, you got to think, stop and think, man, because my mind now is I'm gonna take the creator at his word. I'm gonna take him at his word, man. I'm gonna take him at his word. And I'm going to pick up on the reading, the path that he led me, that he's leading me on. And to make a long story short, I want to get on the path of results. You know, results. I think anybody, we, all of us, at some point, we want to see results. Results. Manifestation of power. That's what it's all about, man. You know, manifestation of power. Not for vainglory. You know what I mean? Not for vainglory. But for fulfillment of the Creator, the fulfillment of what He says that we can be, what we're going to be, fulfillment of His will. You know, He makes His will known. We want to know what that will is. We want to fulfill it. So the when I get into the reading, I'm gonna go more into detail about these things that I'm talking about now. He says, yes, I said, I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may choose. So the question that should come to your mind is, okay, all right, you saying this. Well, I'm going to sit down and think. I am going to sit down and think about it. What condition do I choose? I'm going to sit down, man, and I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it. And I concluded in myself, I want to be the highest spiritual person that I was made to be. I want to fulfill completely the highest, you know what I mean? I want to ascend to my highest spiritual self. I want to ascend to my highest spiritual self, not for vainglory, not for materialism, but I want to, that is what I want with all my heart. Now, I'm just sharing it with you, brethren, because I hope you do the same thing, even right now. I hope you do the same thing, even right now. Oh, let me fix my microphone ready to fall down. Oh. Make sure my microphone don't fall off on me. All right. So I'm sharing that with y'all. Let me see. Elijah says, remember, we are the masters of our own destiny, like the Creator said. Yep. Yep. See, I'm going to stop, man. I'm making a change in my life. And I think it's Pluto going into Aquarius in my life. A level, a step up of ascension to pay closer attention, man, to what the Creator is saying for the sake of manifesting things, healing, and whatever else is mentioned in the reading. I forget the other things that the reading, it talks about the manifestations of the soul, the excellence of the soul, or something like that. I forget what it's called. But in other words, I want to take the Creator up on what He says. I want to take Him up. He's telling me that he does these things. This is what he does for us. All he wants you to do is serve your brethren. Have that as the agenda for everything that you seek to do. That's the template right there. The agenda is to dedicate ourselves to service to each other. And it makes sense to me to create. I mean, these are incredible promises, man. Yes, I said I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may choose. See? Now, people would run if they knew about this, I would think. The only problem is nobody wants to work for it. Nobody wants to work for it. That's why religion, Christianity, is so popular, especially because it's a good deal. You just say you believe and you just put it all on Jesus. But the Creator, he knows how to find out. He knows how to find out how you really believe. That's why he let us do religion for a long time. And then he pulled the rug out. He simply pulled the rug out. He pulled the rug out. He pulled the rug out. He exposed the beast kingdom to worship of man. And then he tells the faithists come out of it. Some of them never, I perceive a lot of faithists never got trapped into it in the first place. But a lot of brethren, I'm sure, have, far more than those who have not, got trapped in the beast. But once the Creator spoke, once he sent this inspiration, we came out. And the sad thing is, very few came out because that's how strong the beast is. So the Creator, he has a way of knowing your sincerity. He has a way of knowing your sincerity. He knows that he will take the easy way out. If he can, he'll take a good deal. He'll take advantage of a good deal. That's the way that, the world is pretty much known for that. If you're a sucker, you will get taken. You will get taken, man. And the world loves a sucker. So the Creator, he knows how to test your sincerity. I've seen it. You go, you share with brethren. Hey, you know what? The Creator, he's moving this way. Nobody can go along with that. Again, it's Pluto going into Aquarius, where the Creator, he moved this way. A lot of people can't move that way. That's what I've seen. That's the amazing thing to me, having been a part of different groups, spiritual, they seem dedicated, like they can hear the Creator. And then when the Creator says, okay, it's time for you to move, they can't, even the strongest ones, they cannot move. I pray that he don't do the same thing. I hope that in this day and age where we have this word, that I hope he doesn't tell us to go another way, another pruning, because we're in a pruning. We are in a pruning. If ever there was a pruning going on, brethren, we're in a pruning. And you can see it's a heavy, what's a good word for? It's reaping a large harvest. I mean, the deception, that part of the pruning, the part that's being cut off from the creator. Now, I'm saying cut off because the beast kingdom finds no place in the resurrection. And majority of the world is beast kingdom. And they have no resurrection. They have no place in the resurrection. So, just getting back to my point, the creator, he's telling us he will find out if you're sincere, if you are able to hear his voice, if you're able to attain to his voice. He is going to find out, and he uses the slow march of time. Time tells everything. It tells everything. I mean, it cuts the fat off of everything to get at what's real. And it's a price that it seems a lot of people cannot pay. And I think mainly because of the pull of the earth on the flesh. I think that's probably the main thing that I can see. The creator, he says, yes, I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may choose. Now, what would you choose, you brethren? What would, just stop and think, man? What do I want? I'd love to be in a situation with people who they are incredibly friendly. They're very enlightened. They are very loving. They are sincere. They have overcome the tetracts. They walk in purity. They are Etherians. That sounds like the place and condition that I may choose. I would choose that. What would you, brethren, choose? You see? And then you can sit there and say, well, shoot, man, I choose this. The creator characterized himself as a father figure. I mean, as being calling all men his children. And you think of a father figure on the earth and what he would do for his children, which is nothing he wouldn't do. You see? I'm going to take him at his word. I'm going to take the creator at his word. Meaning, I'm going to go down that path. He constantly saying, come on. Come on. Come on, man. I think that's what our growth is all about. The creator said, come on. Come on then. Don't just read this stuff. You want to see some power? Come on. See, we got brethren who are subjective, brethren who are objective. And I think that my type of vibration, I appeal more to brethren who are objective. meaning more concrete in my reasoning and my understanding, my overstanding. Whereas subjective, you can use your strong imagination. And, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that those are two types of vibrations and how we learn. I think that if I look at myself, I'm objective, more objective, meaning I need more concrete wisdom, knowledge, understanding, more concrete examples. I don't want to rely on imagination. Some brethren like imagination. They have a stronger sense of imagination to take them where they want to go. I think that's the way the Creator, He's made man in one or two of those categories for learning's sake. Creator says, yes, I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may choose. So I'm going to take him up on it. I'm going to choose to dwell with the Ethereans, or the highest that I could be. I'm going to take him up on it. See, I'm being redundant because I hope you brethren see value in what I'm saying. And I hope you do the same thing. I hope you do the same thing, man. If the Creator is saying these things, then go for it. Go for it. We could tell the Creator, hey, this is the condition, this is the place, this is the condition that I choose. This is what I want. This is the road that I want to be on. I want to be on the road to becoming an Etherean or Nirvanian or whatever's the highest spiritual reality that there is. That's the road that I want to get on. And I have no doubt in my mind that's where the Creator is going to take you. I have no doubt in my mind. Now, let me go to my room real quick because it's about time for the reading of the word. So let me move kind of fast here. Just share some verses before I get into the reading of the word. Matter of fact, let's see. I think I'm just going to just let you read. And here was an interesting post right here. This brother right here. Look what he says. I was glad to read that we can dissolve out of being. I was thinking some people, they say, shoot, man, I wish I'd never been born. You may end up getting your wish in the sense that you don't want to exist. And it seems to say that's exactly what can happen here in the verse that the brother posted. I asked him, he said, I was glad to read that we can dissolve out of being. I said, may I ask what verse you're referring to? And then he posted this, Ark of Bond, our book of Bond, chapter 10, verse 11. Capella said, they are so born into life, nevertheless, not all inherit everlasting life. Even as the body goeth into destruction, so can the spirit of a man. Look at that. It can dissolve out of being. How do you like that? So be careful when you say, is that what you really want? Even as the body goeth into destruction, so can the spirit dissolve out of being. Are you sure that's what you want? That's something, you got to be really careful about, man. He said, the fruit of them that have attained the faith and the everlasting life is safe. But for them that have fallen from faith and the everlasting have fallen from faith in the everlasting life and from faith in the Creator, he said he say, I pity them and their ears. So to have fallen from faith in everlasting life and from faith in the Creator is something to be pitied. That's something to be pitied. Capella, he says here. Think about it, man. So real quick, let's look at some more verses. Here's something I'm going to read. when we do the reading. That's what I was talking about a little earlier. The chief delight of man shall be therefore to find some way to impart his spiritual talents and strength and to the greatest possible number of people. It is your responsibility to make a god of yourself. Here was something. I thought, man, this is pretty heavy right here. It is your responsibility to make a god of yourself in your behavior and in your words and deeds. And then I found this verse where you married brethren, you better think about it, man. Look at what the Creator says. If the father desires to leave her husband, or the husband leave the wife, he takes one of them to heaven. That's the only type of separation that the Creator, that he seems to acknowledge. He'll do the separating. He doesn't allow it for the husband or wife. And then he said, don't think that I change like the wind, or bends himself to please the caprice of man or woman. Neither let the good wife with the bad husband, rather let the good wife with the bad husband say, and I didn't post the rest of it, so I messed up there. I think it has something to do with she will change him or something. And here's something I asked AI. I can't go into it now. Time for the reading of the word. You can read it. Oh, okay. I want to know about subjective and objective. I want to know more about that. I want to understand that a lot better, because these are types of spirits that brethren have in them. Some brethren have a objective type spirit. Some brethren have a subjective type of spirit. And basically it means there are brethren who need proof, and there are brethren who, well, let me see, is that a good way to put it? I think that might fly. There are brethren who are more imaginative. They can go into their imagination, and there are brethren who need more proof. If I can say it that way. Okay, so time for the reading of the word. Let me show you a couple more here. You can stop the video. Okay, so let me end it right there. I'm gonna go. Let's time for the reading of the word. And the name of the video, oh, it says I lost connection. Let me see. Have I lost connection? Let's see. Looks like I might have lost connection. Okay. No, I'm still good. Okay. All right. So to reading the name of the video is 3 Degrees of Consciousness. And let's make this a full screen. Okay. Let's make this a full screen so we can read it better. All right. And may the Creator bless the reading of this word. Now, man, I really got a blessing out of this. I'm thrilled to share it with you, brethren. And I love the way, I mean, oh man, thank you, Creator. You just keep me going, you know. Some days are better than others, but hey, Nazarene. All right, bro. Thanks for checking in. Thank you, brother. So this is the video, 3 Degrees of Separation. Now, this comes from the Radiance Anthology. And it looks just like the OAHSPE big book. And if you request it, they give it to you when they ship you the OAHSPE. And it harmonizes with the OAHSPE, but it just goes into, like, I would say angel accounts of angels. It certainly has an anointing on it. And you gotta love it, man. 3 degrees of consciousness. And it make you think. It make you think, man. It make you think. So may the Creator bless the reading of His Word. It says your mental. Now I can't highlight as I go along, so you just got to follow along with me. But I hope that this bless you, man. I hope it really bless you. It says your mental or spiritual nature consists of 3 degrees of consciousness: conscious, subconscious, and supraconscious or soul consciousness. It's our makeup. Now, it says psychologists are exploring the conscious and subconscious degrees of the mind. They have not yet discovered the mystical but most potent state. They have not yet discovered the mystical but most potent state of soul consciousness. It says those who desire the inspiration and healing power. Listen to that. See? Healing power. See, this is where it get heavy. Healing power. Those who desire the inspiration and healing power of their Creator must develop the intelligence of the soul, because this intelligence is of the omniscient wisdom of the I Am. So our soul, it comes from the Creator. Our soul. And he says the intuition of your soul will reveal your conscious mind. The intuition of your soul will reveal to your conscious mind the eternal principles of divine nature and demonstrate that it is the supreme authority for truth. So that's the thing that's hard to really, I would, speaking for myself, is talking about listening to your soul, learning and how to tell the intuition of your soul. There is such a thing as the intuition of your soul. It's like intuition, the leanings of the soul. Here is saying the intuition of your soul. It will reveal your conscious mind. It will reveal to your conscious mind the eternal principles of the divine nature and demonstrate that it is the supreme authority for truth. Hey, Mahalia. All right, sister. I think this is right in your wheelhouse. What we talking about? The intuition of your soul, man. I think that water signs got a advantage in this area. The intuition of your soul will reveal to your conscious mind. If I could put it in earthly terms, it's like a typewriter and a piece of paper. The intuition types on the paper, and then your mind reads what's on the paper, if that makes any sense at all. And then that's how you come to consciousness, or how consciousness can work. The only thing is you don't know who's doing the typing. You got the typewriter, then you got the piece of paper. So it's like the creator, he types on the paper, and then you take it in your hand, and then you read it, and it reveals spiritual things to you. In one way, intuitive things get revealed. Esoteric things, you could even say, I would say. Intuition will reveal things to your conscious mind. Like things you can't explain, they get revealed to you. The intuition of your soul. And so we have to develop it. Let me see. Mahalia says, I do have intuition. Yeah, cancer is really, but I'm now paying attention to it. Oh, sister, you're going to explode. You're going to explode. And like I said, water signs, man, this is right in their wheelhouse. Now, I'm not trying to exclude other signs, I'm just saying, they are known for this type of vibration, dealing with it. And here, the creator is telling us the intuition of your soul. It will reveal, the intuition of your soul will reveal to your conscious mind the eternal principles of the divine nature. That's what we want to know. We want to know the eternal principles of the divine nature. The only thing I can see is you got to wait, man. You got to train yourself. This is what elevating in the spirit is, because the more proof we get, the closer we get, the closer we get to the creator. The witness, I don't know, the reality of the creator is greater and greater. Because when we get to that point where we can see him, man, that we have to grow. We can't see the creator and stay the same, man. We want to know the eternal principles of the divine nature. Make sure that I got all of this showing on the screen. I might have some of it cut off. Okay, there we go. The intuition of your soul will reveal to your conscious mind the eternal principles of the divine nature and demonstrate that it is the supreme authority for truth. So that's what we want to know. Everybody wants to know the supreme authority for truth. We all want to know that, man. The whole world they'll pay anything to learn that. Creator says you got to learn the intuition of your soul. Learn the intuition of your soul. That's why we got the OAHSPE, we got the template. We can work on ourselves. We can walk within that path. We keep this in our mind so that we may learn the intuition of our soul. So that we can learn the eternal principles of the divine nature. And then we can demonstrate that it is the supreme authority for truth to ourselves. Go within ourselves to learn the eternal principles of the divine nature. It's within us. It said, recognize the divine intelligence of your soul. See? Now we got some good, solid practicals, man, Recognize the divine. See, you know what we can do, brother? We can ask the creator. We can ask him. If you want to know these things, ask him. Remember at the beginning of the video, I showed y'all this. Remember? See? Look at that. See, the creator said, yes, I will even take you to whichever seat. Call him on it. Call him on it. You see? All right. You say, all right, I'm gonna call you on it. I'm gonna call the creator on you on it. So, creator, I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul. I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul. Now, he said, call him on it. He said, call him on it. So you, brethren, do the same thing. You know? You do the same thing. Okay, Mahal, you see, I'm now learning how to trust my intuition. See, you're in a great place, man. You're in a great place. You're in a great place. Learning how to trust my intuition. I think that's the same as recognizing the divine intelligence of your soul. And then he says, cultivate it. He said, cultivate it. In other words, familiarity, get familiar with it. Second nature, And then he says, and it will become a dominant power. Look at that. A dominant power, healing, spiritualizing, and exalting your consciousness and subconscious states of mind into the mightiest realization of the omnipotent will. There it is right there. That's how simple it is. I mean, I imagine the practice of it is, I wouldn't say simple. I think it takes effort. I think it takes proactiveness. But the explanation is very easy. See? We want to recognize the power of our soul. We want to utilize the power of our soul to help us to elevate, to be, to realize, like it says here, the mightiest realization of the omnipotent will. The whole big picture is we want to utilize our soul. And in doing that and understanding and recognizing the divine intelligence of our soul, we cultivate it first, work on it, practice listening, learning it, and then we read, it says it will become a dominant power. A dominant power. Look at it, healing, spiritualizing, and exalting your conscious and subconscious states of mind into the mightiest realization of the omnipotent will. That's what the whole creator is telling us, how to get power, really. And this little simple phrase right here, this is how we gain power. This is how we gain power. Recognize the divine intelligence of your soul. And I think you, brethren, already know this. Really, I do. It's to remind you, is that's a good thing. It's good to commit these things to memory so that we can ask the creator. Remember? Yes, I said, I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may ask. All right. See? Okay. Now, if that's what you said, then I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul. I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul. Now I can sit now. I can trust the Creator. He's going to work towards that end. And especially if I remind him every day, I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul so I can serve my brethren, in sincerity and truth. I want to recognize the divine intelligence of my soul. I want to cultivate this intelligence, trusting that it will become a dominant power, healing, spiritualizing, and exalting my conscious and subconscious states of mind into the mightiest realization of the omnipotent will. So the Creator is telling us about our soul, which means he wants us to know about it and to utilize it. See, I had a thought, brethren, I want to share with you. I had a thought. With the resurrection, the danger of it is a lot of brethren ain't going to know. Like in the beast kingdom, in religion, they're not going to know there's anything higher. They could be trapped in their mind for hundreds and hundreds of years. Now, if it's true there, I want to venture to say it could be true here. That we should wonder about higher things here. Not be to make sure we're not stuck, stagnant in this reality. We're stuck. We know the OAHSPE. We're faithists. We know the beast kingdom, and you stuck there. You know that there's a difference between the Creator and God, and you stuck there. But what if there's something higher? What if the Creator say, hey, don't stay stuck. Even where you are, ascend. Think, what is there that's higher? What is the highest elevation? You know what I mean? The Creator says that when most people cross over and they're in religion, they won't think. All they'll think is that they're in the highest place they could be. So I'm saying that it could stand to be true for even faithists. Unless we think, well, what is higher? What is the highest ascension possible? Because that is where I want to ascend to. I don't see anything wrong with thinking in that way. We want to ascend to the highest possible realm or ascension that we possibly can. The Creator don't seem to prevent us or does not seem to stop us. He seems to give us, to tell us, hey man, the sky is the limit. Don't limit the Creator, man. Don't limit the Creator. The beast kingdom, it limits man's mind. They cross over, they don't know anything higher. So we can learn from that. Hey, not to limit the Creator. He's telling us a powerful truth here. He said, recognize the divine intelligence of your soul. He said, cultivate it. And it'll become a dominant power, healing, spiritualizing, and exalting your conscious and subconscious states. I have to think that will take you higher and higher. It says here, into the mightiest realization of the omnipotent will. That's what we all want. It said these truths are known through soul intuition. Your soul is a deific individual. How about that? It's a God, a deity, individual, and it's born of the omniscient soul of the Creator. Doesn't it make sense? That should make sense. That's the Creator in all of us, a deific individual. So we have a limitless. We are limitless. We are unlimited people. We're unlimited. That's what it's saying here. He said these truths are known through soul intuition. Your soul is a deific individual, born of the omniscient soul of the Creator in us. In the Bible, it says Christ in you, the hope of glory. You could say the Creator in us, the hope of glory. Your soul, look at that. Your soul is an immortal individual. Is temporarily covered by and hidden within your mortal nature. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Our soul is an immortal individual. Is temporarily covered by and hidden within the world. Is temporarily hidden by materialism. It's temporarily hidden by the luxuries. Our soul is temporarily covered by the dainties of this life. Our soul is temporarily covered by distractions, by sports, by money, by obstructions of, you know what I mean? One thing or another. Your soul is it's immortal, but it's not being fed because we're feeding the corporeal man, but the soul is not being fed. It's being covered over by the mortal nature. The soul is not getting fed. The soul needs to be fed. Your soul is the seed of divinity, planted in the earth mind. Its roots are in the earth, but its life and power are from the infinite. And in heaven will its fruit be ripened and gathered for the ever-present use. We're going to be ripened. We're going to be ripened. We cross over and we ripen. But here we are germinating. We get started. We get started while we are in the roots in the earth, in our body. Creator just simply used our body to put the seed. But in heaven, its fruit will be ripened. That's what the first resurrection, second resurrection is all about, where we begin to take off. We begin to exhibit our purification from the world. It's like first resurrection, second resurrection. For the faithless, we've already started the purification process. We're on the road to purification process. We're farther along in the purification process. We are more advanced than our Uzian brethren in the purification process. We're getting started. We already started. And so we spend a little time. From what I can see, I'm not real sure 100%, but we spend a little time in the first resurrection, a short time, and then go to the second resurrection. I think the first resurrection, it has a purpose for the faithless, but I don't know exactly what it is. I forget. I think it has to do with learning how to exist in the spiritual realm, learning the basics. But an Uzian can be there for hundreds of years. Your soul is a form of the Creator's will. Your soul is a form of the Creator's will, wisdom, and love, and it will increase in the creative power throughout eternity. Your creative power. See, it's a form of the Creator's will. The conscious and subconscious degrees of your mind constitute your personality, which is but a mask of your real soul individuality. When your awakened soul speaks, it will be the voice of the Creator. Now, I can't translate that the way I want to. It makes sense, but it's hard to put into words. The real you is hidden. It seems what it's saying. The conscious and subconscious, it says, is a mask of me. When your awakened soul speaks, it will be the voice of the Creator. So the mask comes off at some point, and the real me comes out. At least that's what it sounds like. It says your subconscious mind is the memory and storehouse where all your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, the Akashic records. Your mind is like a camera which takes moving pictures. Your perceptions, feelings, and thoughts are only in the conscious mind for a moment. And then they are recorded in the memory of the subconscious mind, just as the pictures taken by the camera are recorded upon a reel of film. That's a nice description. That's a nice description. I like that. You can see that. The things I did 3 minutes ago is forgotten about, is stored in the records now. The thing I did a half hour ago, 2 hours ago, is stored in the records. So it's pointing to the mind for some reason. It says it's like a camera. Your mind is like a camera, which takes moving pictures. All right. Now let's go to the second part of the 3 degrees of consciousness. Now this is the second part. And let me get it to where I can make it bigger. See, wow, man. I mean, the Creator is really, really showing you that it's up to you. It's up to you. It's really, you are up to you. And the soul, the power of the familiarity of our soul and what it can do is paramount. So we saw where the mind is being compared to a camera. Then it says, as the pictures printed upon the film can be reproduced upon the screen, so the impressions recorded in your subconscious mind can be recalled and reproduced upon the screen of your conscious mind. That's deep. Thoughts, feelings, and experiences which seem forgotten still exist in your subconscious mind. One second, brother. Oh, man, this is interesting. This is pretty interesting, man. You know how when people they see their life flashing in their mind. It says your thoughts, feelings, and experiences which seem forgotten still exist in your subconscious mind. Persons and events apparently long forgotten will reappear during the dream activity of the subconscious mind. Yeah, that's the truth. As vivid and fresh as when first seen. Psychologists, by hypnotizing and subduing the conscious mind, have discovered many facts of the subconscious mind, but the owners of the supraconscious mind, our soul, can be known only by soul development. Soul development, brother. How do you do that? EOE. Jehovah, how do I do soul development? Will you teach me soul development? Will you teach me the wonders of the superconscious mind so I can be a benefit to my brethren? Because it's no good for my own curious satisfaction. Will you teach me the wonders of the superconscious mind so I can be a benefit to my brethren? But the wonders of the superconscious mind or soul can be known only by soul development. So, Creator, will you teach me soul development and my brethren also who desire it? Suggestion: persistently applied will produce beneficial results in many cases. But you will realize the greatest and most permanent results by thinking, feeling, affirming, and practicing the truths of your eternal soul nature. Now, let's think about that for a second. That's a lot he said there. He's telling us, make suggestions to yourself, suggest to your mind. Now, I remember Billy Carson. He said, if you say something for 21 days, you proclaim something for 21 days, he said your DNA will change. It'll change your DNA. That's suggestion. And if you persistently apply it, it will produce beneficial results in many cases. It says, but you will realize the greatest and most permanent results by thinking, feeling, affirming, and practicing the truths of your eternal soul nature. So that's how you develop your soul. That's how we develop it. By thinking, by feeling, by affirming, by practicing the truths of your eternal soul nature, your affirmations of truth fulfill the law of mental suggestion. But they do more than impress the subconscious mind. They arouse and call into expression the wisdom and organizing intelligence, which is potential within your soul. Man, this is real deep. This is heavy stuff here. This is heavy, man. It's talking about consistency and using your mind, thinking, feeling, and affirming and practicing the truths of your eternal soul nature. So, Jehovah, I need help in these areas doing this. I need help. I would like help because I don't know exactly, I don't understand this 100%, and I don't understand how to do it 100%. I need to be reminded. My mind drifts during the day, but if you help me, I will be helped. Your affirmations of truth fulfill the law of mental suggestion. But they do more than impress the subconscious mind. They arouse and call into expression the wisdom and organizing intelligence, which is potential within your soul. Oh, EOE, I don't fully understand this. I don't fully understand. I get a little bit of it. All the intelligence which filters through your subconscious and conscious states of mind is really but a faint expression of your soul's intelligence. It says affirm, call forth, and use the deeply hidden resources of wisdom which the all-person is implanted in your soul, and enter into the greatness of your inheritance as a child of the ever-present. Well, Jehovah, I don't know how to do this, though. I need to be taught. So will you help me and any brethren who is like-minded and desires to exhibit and understand the greatness of our inheritance as a child of the ever-present? Will you help us, Jehovah, me and my brethren, to do this thing, to not be stagnant, but to have faith and A-N-D and power. Power. Will you help me and my brethren? Will you help me and my brethren to exhibit the greatness of our inheritance as a child of the ever-present? Will you show us, Jehovah? Will you do this for us? Will you help us? Will you help us? You say that in your word, you will take us to whatever state and condition that we desire. You say that you will even take, I will even take you to whichever place and condition you may choose. So I call these words to remembrance, Eoe, Jehovah. In asking you to help me and my brethren to enter into the greatness of our inheritance as a child of the ever-present. It says the conscious and subconscious degrees of your mind have been developed by life and experiences in the material world. Your soul is a form of pure consciousness which is gaining experience and learning to express its potential wisdom through your subconscious and conscious states of mind. Experience calls forth your soul's intelligence. But this means of gaining wisdom can be slow and a source of much suffering. Oh, he got me. He got me. Oh, that kills me, man. Ah, oh, he got me. he, he, oh, thanks, brother. Oh, it kills me when he gets me like that. When I'm reading and I haven't switched tabs. Thank you, brother. You got me. All right. The conscious and subconscious degrees of your mind have been developed by life and experience in the material world. Your soul is a form of pure consciousness, which is gaining experience and learning to express its potential wisdom through your subconscious and conscious states of mind. Experience calls forth your soul's intelligence, but this means of gaining wisdom. But the means of gaining wisdom can be slow and a source of much suffering. Soul culture, on the other hand, brings the wisdom of the soul into expression. This saves you from much hard experience by enlisting the insights gleaned from the experience of those who have sought the higher way before you. That's this book. And that's the OAHSPE. We are gleaning from the experiences of those who have sought the higher way before us. Your soul is a form of the eternal and omnipotent power of Jehovah. Your soul. It is a form of the eternal and omnipotent power of Jehovah. Your soul. Through your conscious and subconscious mind, your soul gains knowledge of the outer world. Through your soul, you gain knowledge of the wisdom and power of eternal life. Recognize and awaken your soul by affirming living truths of your soul's eternal being. Well, Jehovah, that's where I need help. Help me to recognize and awaken my soul by affirming the living truths of my soul's eternal being. Build your mental habitation upon the foundation of the eternal being of your soul. Build your mental habitation upon the foundation of the eternal being of your soul. Your soul is the keynote of your mind. Sound this keynote by affirming this truth, and your entire subconscious and conscious mind will come in harmony with and express the life and organizing power of your soul. Okay, so we're getting help. Affirm, now, the Creator is saying, affirm this. I am life because my soul is a form of eternal life. I am health, peace, and perfection because my true I, the real self, is potentially the health, peace, and perfection of the I am. I am the wisdom of the All Mind because my soul is an intelligent organism vibrant with the light of the infinite consciousness. Awaken your soul by living the life of truth, express its noble thoughts and feelings, and its divine image of perfection. will manifest and transform you into a divinely harmonious character. Then the spirit of the creator will speak through your soul, imparting angelic wisdom, and you will know the way of life eternal and walk therein. I got to do this video again. I've got to do this video. That was too good, man. I've got to do this video again. We may get more understanding out of it if I do it again. The same reading over again, man. That was way too good. Man, I'm sorry. That was way too good, man. That will conclude the reading of the word. Man, that was just way too good. Oh, I love, Creator, thank you. Wow, you knocked me out, man. I think this is a step up where the Creator is saying, hey, you know what? You and Pluto going into Aquarius now. It's a new reality. I'm going to show my people to the world. And it's not going to be in just speaking and preaching. It's going to be in power. And I think we're showing, that's him showing us, this is what we are, this is real talk here. Real talk. This is how you're going to take a step up. And I should, man, I would love to commit that to making that part of my channel. I don't, my consistency is not good, really good. The affirmation part is out of this world. It tells us to say this: I am life. Because my soul, I have to figure out a way to make this a part of my videos, part of my channels. I got to remember it. I'm going to need help. You brethren, you got to help me, man. You brethren got to help me. We got to help each other. You got to tell me, Yaikwab, start with the affirmation. When you brethren come in, you got to tell me, man, start with the affirmation. Yaikwab, start with the affirmation. We're going to say it together. Start with the affirmation. You brethren got to help me, man. We got to help each other. Hey, Cherise. Hi, sister. You brethren got to help me, man. We got to make that affirmation. We got to say it together. Like at the end of the video, we got to do this thing, man. We got to do this thing, man. So starting tonight, I'm going to read it and just trust that you brethren are reading it along with me before I close the video. I'm just going to trust that you're going to read it with me. It's better if we read it together. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it like this. Everybody, let me see, type a 1 with, okay, Dave says start and end with those 3 affirmations, okay? Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it like, okay, I'm getting ready to end the video now. So, let me see, how can I do this? How can I do this? When all of you are ready to let's read together, type a 1. When you are all ready, type a 1. When you are all ready for us to read the affirmation together, type a 1. Now, I'm only saying that so that we can do it together. When you are all ready for us to do let's do the affirmation together. Type Reggie. All right. All right. Good to see you, brother. Oh, man. So, everybody who's here listening right now, type a 1. So we can read the affirmation together. Let me see how many are in the room. So okay, we got 8 brethren in here. There are 9 brethren in here. Okay, well maybe you don't want to. Maybe you don't want to show that you're in the room. You know, okay, that's cool. My inspiration is saying there's brethren who don't make them show that they in the room. Yeah, I agree with that. So I'm gonna just do it anyway by faith. I'm gonna just ask y'all to join me. Okay, I'm gonna just ask y'all to join me, and somehow we got to do this every day, man. We got to do this every day, man. Please. Please. All right, brethren, I'm going to read the affirmations. And let me see what Reggie wrote first. He said, greeting. Oh, he just got in from work 15 minutes ago. I came in at a perfect time. Love the affirmation. Yeah, me too, man. The creator said to do it. Oh, help me to do it every day. Man, I'm charging you, brethren, to help me, man. I never say anything like this. I'm charging you, brethren, to help me, man. We got to do this every video. Like Dave said, it's got to start and it's got to end with these affirmations. So you, brother, hey, Elizabeth. All right. Everybody's here, man. So I got to pull rank on you, brethren. We have got to do the affirmations. But I'm going to need help because I have a poor memory. All right. Now, I'm going, then let's read the affirmations together. Okay. Now, we're doing this because it said, recognize and awaken your soul. Recognize and awaken your soul by affirming the living truths of your soul's eternal being. Now, after I get finished reading this, then I'm going to start reading the affirmations, and I want y'all to just read it with me, wherever you are, okay? That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to read this part up here, and then when I get started, y'all read with me, okay? Okay, now let me I'm going to start with that word recognize, all right? Now, we're going to do this forever. Every time I have a video, we're going to start with this. We're going to end with this. All right. Okay. Let's begin. Recognize. Don't read this part. I'm going to read this. And then when I get to the I am life, or I'll say something like, okay, we're going to start the affirmations. Then read with me together. All right. Recognize and awaken your soul by affirming the living truths of your soul's eternal being. Make sure it's big enough so we can all read it. Make sure we can read it together. Okay, recognize and awaken your soul by affirming the living truths of your soul's eternal being. Build your mental habitation upon the foundation of the eternal being of your soul. Your soul is the keynote of your mind. Sound this keynote by affirming this truth, and your entire subconscious and conscious mind will come into harmony with the express, or into harmony with and express the life and organizing power of your soul. Okay. It says affirm. So, brethren, read with me. I am life because my soul is a form of eternal life, up top to the right. I am health, peace, and perfection because my true I, the real self, is potentially the health, peace, and perfection of the I am. I am the wisdom of the all mind because my soul is an intelligent organism, vibrant with the light of the infinite consciousness. Awaken your soul by living the life of truth. Express its noble thoughts and feelings and its divine image of perfection will manifest and transform you into a divinely harmonious character. Then the Spirit of the Creator will speak through your soul, imparting angelic wisdom, and you will know the way of life eternal and walk therein. And Jehovah, I pray that this will sink deep down into our soul, that we can even commit it to memory, and that you will impress upon me to start my videos with this and end it. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Creator, for this reading of the word, brethren. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to give thanks to Creator for this opportunity. Try to redeem time. Boy, Reg, it's good to see you, man. Really good to see you. I hope you're all right. Creator, thank you for my brethren, and spend a little time together, and pray that you will bring to light the understanding that we have read from this. This book is called Radiance Anthology. Radiance Anthology. So, Creator, we just give thanks for this information, that this understanding, and just pray that you are glorified. I pray for my brethren here, for our growth, our spiritual elevation, that give thanks for our Ashars who watch over us daily and continually guide us. So go with us as we depart from one another and then meet again. And until then, we glorify you and give thanks. Brethren, thank you for joining me. And until I see you again, Creator willing, peace be to all of you. Shalom.